Hey guys, welcome back to the second part of Mission 3, Rogue Warrior. As I was saying in the previous part, the reason Counter-Strike, or or any game like that, like StarCraft, anything that's been that people keep on playing till this day, the reason they keep on playing it is because, obviously, it's fun. The gameplay is fun. There's probably a multiplayer aspect involved because single-player games die really fast. I mean, they're still fun to play, but let's be honest. Co-op greatly enhances gameplay time. Now this thing, the reason this game sucks is because it isn't fun. Its gameplay sucks. Why does its gameplay suck? Well, look at this. The enemies are easy. They're pushovers. Their AI sucks. They aren't a challenge whatsoever. I can take them out with the weapon that you start with at the very beginning of the game. The pistol the pistol, which is the only weapon I can effectively get off headshots with. The only weapon, and for some reason, has infinite ammo. I mean, maybe they wanted a gun that you can, maybe the developers made it that way so you could fall back up on it when you were in a tight spot and you, I don't know, ran out of ammo. But still, infinite ammo, that just seems so completely stupid and arbitrary. And another thing about the guns, they suffer from basically fire hose or gardening hose syndrome. You hold them down and you don't feel any impact. It really just feels like you're, when you're firing the weapon, that you're just spraying. The gun doesn't kick up like it does in most games like Battlefield, Counter-Strike, Call of Duty. It doesn't do any of that. It just stays in the same place and maybe just like wiggles a little bit. So aiming isn't a real challenge. And recoil compensation is non-existent. Now, the reason why recoil is such an important part of an FPS is recoil management is what separates the pros from the noobs. The noobs who get into a tight spot, get worked up, get worried, and they start holding down the trigger longer than they should. They start sucking because their accuracy greatly decreases. Now the pros, they know when to fire, they know how to restrain their emotions, and keep it under wraps and always go for this shot. For this game, it doesn't care. It doesn't even let you be good at it. There's no recoil to master or any like aiming to master. And as you've been seeing in this mission, I'm not even using the cover system because you only take cover when you're being really, really hurt. And I haven't been really hurt that badly. Check this out. They're nowhere close to even hitting me. The reason the Gears of War cover system worked was the game forced you to take cover. Otherwise you would sustain too much damage and you'd die, so you had to heal by taking cover. In this game, it's just easier to crouch for a second than to take cover. 95% of the time, the game doesn't do a good enough job of forcing you to utilize cover like Gears of War does. However, right here, it does a pretty good job. The enemies keep on coming, so you end up wasting your bullets, and you have to reload, and still keep an eye out for the enemy movements. Then you can pop out, take them out one by one, and that's how it should be done. But most of the time, the rest of the battles aren't like this. And that's another weird thing. The explosives have an oddly huge range, like maybe 40 feet, 50 to 50 feet. And here's the part that I was talking about before. There's no way to go through this part with stealth. Why did they make it a stealth game when you can't go through it using stealth? Now, stealth mechanics take a lot of time to program. I mean, to get a stealth mechanic to work, you have to keep on testing it over and over and over, and actually have pretty solid AI, which this game has none. And I'm surprised because this game has surprisingly few bugs. Like, other than the floating AK and the disappearing bush at the beginning of Mission 1, there haven't been really any bugs. Any big bugs so far. So I'm wondering, why did they bother to fix all the bugs, but not tighten up the gameplay? Maybe they ran out of time, because I've heard that this game was originally developed by one studio, but then Bethesda didn't like what they were doing to it, so then they took it from that studio and gave it to Rebellion, who completely redid the game. Now, I don't remember any good games coming out from Rebellion recently, so maybe I shouldn't be surprised that this game is just a pile of crap. You have to wonder, why would they even bother making this game such a pile? Since it's obviously not going to earn very much cash. Speaking of cash, this game is $50. And with 8 missions that are about 15 minutes long at the most, that's only 2 hours of gameplay. Why would you pay $50 for 2 hours? 2 hours? That's like a movie. You'd be better off like getting some Blu-ray movies or going to the movie theater, and you'd get at least like 4 to 6 hours of entertainment out of that. So who do these guys think they're kidding when they expect $50 for 2 hours of gameplay? Anyways, I'll calm down now. See you guys next mission.